Well, today an Austin entrepreneur is getting recognized on the Steve Harvey Show for his efforts to help recovering addicts. Michael Dadashi owns an e-waste recycling business in town, and he uses it to offer employment to people who are trying to give up drugs. Dadashi was actually an addict himself at one point, 5 years sober now. He joins us today in the studio. Thank you so much for being here, and congratulations on all your success. Wanted to ask you if you could talk about your troubles with drugs. How bad did your addiction get, and how were you able to quit?
Well, thank you for having me on the show, Brian. Yeah, I was born and raised in Austin, and I started using when I was 15 years old.
Wow.
And before I knew it, it spiraled out of control. You know, I had to move out to California to live with my dad, but that didn't solve the problem. Then I moved back to Austin to get out of California, and that didn't solve the problem. And then going in and out of rehab like 3 or 4 times, I finally had a spiritual awakening where I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah.
And I took direction in recovery, you know, and recreated my life.
Incredible.
Yes.
Yeah, and we're talking heavy stuff here.
Yes.
And now you've been able to turn this negative into a positive. You've started a business. You're now helping other drug addicts. Talk about your company, MHD Enterprises.
Yes, sir. So MHD Enterprises is an e-waste recycling company. We refurbish, recycle, and resell electronics. And one of our mission statements at MHD Enterprises is to give addicts and alcoholics a second chance. So I mentor them and teach them about the business and just make them productive members of society.
And what are you finding that drug addicts need most to recover?
Well, basically, the number one thing that drug addicts need to recover is God.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just going to say that freely. God is, you know, the number one source of recovery. But just in addition to that, they need a good support system. They need a good unity, and they need a good, you know, a good mentor to show them to do service work and to give back to the community, because that's really what keeps them sober.
So you are going to be on today's Steve Harvey Show. What can you expect? How was the experience?
It was an amazing experience. I was just like kind of floored that Steve Harvey even called and invited me to be on the show. And the whole experience was surreal, you know, being in Chicago at the NBC studios and filming on national TV. It was something I would have never expected to do.
And a great guy, right? He's a nice guy.
Oh, yeah.
Funny guy.
Super nice guy, super spiritual guy. And he was just an awesome guy to interview with and to be a part of his show.
Well, once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Michael Dadashi, July 20th, right? That's
my sobriety date, yeah. I get 5 years next month on July 20th.
Incredible. Congratulations.
Thank you
Again,
so much.
if you want to see Michael's full interview on the Steve Harvey Show, you can see it today at 2 p.m. over on KXAN.